Hello everyone, it's Sloth here, and today deck that might be very good for laddering if you want to hit this mythic before the new set hits. The deck is basically reliant on Thalia drawing you cards, sacrificing creatures that you make with Jadar, and Ratadrabik and Liesa just protecting all of the boards. It's legendary Abzan and it's pretty strong. Alright, and one more thing. You are absolutely awesome, and thank you for being on the channel and being always so supportive. It makes a huge difference for me. So have fun and enjoy. We're going first. Let's see the hand. We have the mana. Yeah, that's pretty good hand. And we are on the... oh wow, we are so good that we are also on the play with Thalia. So that's pretty good. Unfortunately, this will be also a creature deck, and we hit our one. So Glissa is absolutely insane. I actually prefer Skrull over Thalia. Yes, we lose one of the draws, but Glissa is just absolutely game winning. Especially that next one will be Thalia, so we should be okay. You know what? Do I need the mana? I have the mana, or the Abzan, right? Green, white, black. So I can play Gitrog Monster with this as colorless. And maybe we can draw a land and use a Ganjo. So let's go for Glissa, because then he kinda cannot attack us anymore. And he needs to kill Glissa, but he won't be able to kill Glissa because I have Skrull. Peacekeeper. So he should name Skrull. That will be interesting. I think a Ganjo might be pretty important here. Alright, I'm not sure if he realizes that he can name Skrull, basically disabling it, so his next Brutal Cathar would work. A bit punished. A bit punished. But you know what we can do? Glissa is unkillable, so we can just draw the card. That's a card. And that's definitely a card. Oh, hi. He can name later a different card, so there's downside to this play, but I will still take it. I don't think we need more mana. A Ganjo is extremely strong card. Like, one more removal on Brutal Cathar can break the whole game. Alright, they're training. Sure. We cannot block, of course, because he gets the thing back. We take some damage. Oh, this will be a problem. This will actually be a problem. I think this might be the last play we need to make. Alright, it's getting scary. I would love to flip Brutal Cathar, but I cannot. And let the Sheoldred magic begin. Now I can just chill, bro. And we will see how it goes, because you know that as long as Sheoldred is in the board, it always goes your way. So he can start attacking with Guardian, and that's a problem, because Guardian can survive Glissa and actually, you know, retaliate. Oh boy, he won't like this one. He won't like this one. So I can kill basically Adeline, or try to get him down on cards. I still think it's Adeline. Oh, the mana is so bad. The mana is really bad. I would like to flip, man. Let's try to flip. I think this is the play. Just be defensive and try to get some free value. We have a Ganjo, unfortunately he knows about it, but if he decides to attack, cool. That will be interesting. Maybe he has double Brutal Cathar, so when we lose Skrull at day-night switching, you know, he gets the stuff. Sure. It is scared, but he won't get good value. I think we won this game. Not fully sure yet, but I think so. Do we make a Skrull or try to go for a Ganjo and discard a card? So, let's try to drain his cards. Thalia, sure. Alright, so we know it's indestructible, no point in blocking. Oh, I should do this one. I didn't see it. My bad, my bad. It's fine. Absolutely fine. Alright, how do you work? She has First Strike and Death Touch, so that's pretty cool. But I probably want to double spell on this turn, right? And oh no, I have... Man, the mana really hurts. Like, this is very unlucky draw. So how do we do it? I think we just kill Adeline. I would love to double spell, but I cannot. Or, yeah, I have to. I could try to draw the card. But that's probably not the way. Alright, I control you. And you control this. Let's get rid of Adeline. She's the only threat, and even if he doesn't want to attack with her, he can always use Guardian of New Benalia and then lease her, so he still gets the value. And that's a lot of value. We have a lot of First Strikers, and let's Sheoldred magic continue. It's getting scary, but I think we are okay. Adversary, alright, pumping. And the problem for him is that whatever he pumps, it's very hard for him to attack. And he's down to one card, which means Guardian is losing value. Let's see the attack. He should be pressuring. We cannot block with First Strike, really. So that's a problem. And we cannot double cast because our mana is awful. Alright, 2 blockers. So I could play another Glissa. It's not the worst. And prevents a lot of damage, so I think I'll take it. I think I take it. This way he needs to get rid of the last card. No place for... Oh! He actually doesn't want to give it away. That was a bluff and we called it very nicely. Alright, I wasn't sure that's the case, so... Good for us, good for us. And now we can go for Liesa, Forgotten Angel. We could also double spell. So it will be his turn. So our Cathar will flip first. And that should be enough to win the game, right? I have white legendary. Alright, so we have to play like this then. He won't block, of course. But we can do some cool stuff with this. Hello, Valor Counter. Oh, so mean, I love it. Yeah, it is nice. You probably have never seen this one before, because I didn't. Alright, and we say go. If you thought a control player doesn't know how to play aggro, alright? And we call the Brutal Cathar, and because it's his turn, our triggers resolve first, so his will fizzle, and that's how you flip Brutal Cathars, if you are in Brutal Cathar Wars. And as you can see, wow, he's really good at magic. Alright, I did not expect this top deck. Oh, it wasn't a top deck, that was the card he didn't want to discard. He had it before, I think. Alright, ever he's at 9, and we are at very high amount of life. So we can go through everything he has is white. So we can use Scrolf, he's in full top deck mode, so there should be no punishment. I think we go with Glissa, or Liesa. And Glissa and Liesa. Great content. And we say, I bet you cannot top deck good. White. And we attack. This means he's dead on the next turn. He can use Mishra Foundry to block, I guess, but he probably won't. As you can see, you can make so many tricks with this deck, and that was a pretty interesting game. I have to say, for a creature against creature matchup, that was a pretty cool one. I will keep it, but it's a very average hand. I would say it might be a losing hand. But, you know, we need to take... I guess this is green, so maybe we need it as a 4th land. We definitely start with Scrolf. Against Mono Black, this hand just got infinitely better. Because it means we can ramp into Thalia. And that's actually pretty huge. I could go for Thalia because she's great for the matchup, but then I cannot play Thalia because she's great for the matchup, you know? It's some quality commentary you came here for. Alright, let's see. It's scary. Oh, Forge? You serious, bro? Oh boy, he's not messing around. However, it's not as good as he thinks. Because we already have one card that absolutely negates it fully. Like, all you need is first strike, man, and they do nothing. So I'm not super scared, but it's still not exactly perfect. Let's go, Thalia and the Gitrog Monster. And we definitely do not attack because we need to use Scrolf to protect and force his double removal, because if he cannot answer Thalia, it might hurt him. And with Jadar we get some good value. Oh, it's tapped. Oh, this one is tapped as well. Oh yeah, that was the click of doom. He started reading the card. Oh, and now he knows. Now he knows. I mean, I can play Glissa, right? I could also just go Thalia into Animist Might into Jadar. And I think this is the play. Or maybe this, because then I can sacrifice something. I think I have too many lands, so I will start sacrificing them. Alright, that was not the best job. It's fine. I want to start doing damage, because against Forge, like right now we are fine, but I just want to make sure that, you know, we get the stuff done. And with Thalia together with Scrolf, it will be extremely hard for him to double spell to overwhelm our Scrolf. Like, he basically needs to force it, then step, and then main phase something. He still might have Brotherhood Send. He doesn't play like he has it, but it could... Man, Forge not doing very good work for him. I mean, Thalia and the Gitrog Monster doing the job, that's for sure. So we can just do this, right? And attack for a bunch, which I think is the best idea. I target you. I target you. I pay 3 life. I win the game. That's my plan. Sure. So right now he kinda has nothing. And this is exactly where we want him. I could cast this, but we don't need more power. Right now we just need to be super aggressive and hit him in the face. That's the play. Oh, I can sacrifice a creature. That's great. I honestly don't think we need to, but I like drawing cards, alright? Probably the correct choice was to sacrifice Plaza. Or just a basic land. Just to keep creatures going. But it's still too eternally far, right? So it should be okay. And just in case there's some weird sweeper, I just want to have some lands so I can start replaying stuff. I guess Liesa would prevent it. Oh, that's so cute. 3 mana removal, sure. He can actually remove quite a lot. Theoretically, it could be Sorcerer Speed. What is Sorcerer Speed removal? It's probably red. I don't know. Sometimes they play something weird or Brotherhood Send or whatever. And his Forge is not doing a very great job. So now we will play this. That means that he cannot really kill anything. I probably missed Leafar. Yeah, I exactly missed Leafar, but don't you worry, it's fine. It's absolutely fine. And yeah, let's just sacrifice this, I guess, because we have black here, so this is just a better round. And we keep grinding, making the game longer and more fun for everyone, except our opponent. And yeah, let's play the land. Let's remake the zombie. And he can get rid of Catilda, I guess, or Thalia. Probably Thalia, honestly, right? Because I think he gets a -1. I would go for Thalia, because then he may be casting something. Not a great choice, my friend. I'm getting it back, right, Goosey Goosey? This is my sidekick from now on, alright? This is the Super Goose. Alright, and our opponent is struggling, trying to survive. I mean, this is not the card I expected, but I'll take it. And he has a blocker. I don't think he has a way to solve this. Go for the throat. Bro, do you know how Liesa works? I'm not sure. Yep, 1-6 damage to my face. Do I care? Not really. And that's it. I'm getting my stuff back. Oh man, that's pretty cool. Alright, so we will just go and kill him. That was a good strategy, I think. Yeah, of course this game was way closer than it should be, because I just enjoy drawing cards more than winning the game. And with that great misplay, we are Diamond 3, so pretty good, pretty good. Right, starting strong with probably a mulligan, right? Nice. Alright, this is a little bit better. Jadar. Yeah, I think that's the play. Let's pretend that we are a bit toxic. And then we probably... Like, Glissa has to do a lot of work. What are you? We will see. We'll go with Catilda, because I'm not convinced if that's not a creature deck. It usually is just a white deck with aggro, with a bad draw. It's usually not control anyway. Alright. How do you work? It's just a tap, so we have 4 mana basically. Let's go like this. Our board is pretty strong, but we will lack sustainability. We need some bigger creatures, especially that we're on mulligan. We are extremely low on value. I don't mind the tax, it doesn't really do anything. We can pay 5 mana for Glissa. And we need to start being aggressive. Oh! That is pretty huge draw, I have to say. This is one of the things we actually needed. Wow. Go for it. I believe in you, zombie. Ah. Wonk wonk. Alright, there was an attempt made. With Elesh Norn, I hope for some juicy oopsies. Hopefully. Because he obviously plays the Peacekeeper. And Elesh Norn will be a problem to answer overall. Especially with a draw like this. Good draw. Very good draw. I need 6 mana, right? You are a human, and that's it. So I have 3 extra mana, 8. I mean, I can get it to 8 toughness. So he needs to triple block. It might still be worth it. I think... Oh, I need to pay 5. Then he can Brutal Cathar something. I think we just wait 1 turn and try to put the counters. But first we do this. And let's see. Ah, this zombie goes through. He realized... I spent too much time reading the cards, so he obviously knows what the plan is. But we are starting to sneak some damage, as you can see. Not too much, but it will be better. Elesh Norn. Like, I need to protect her against Brutal Cathars. It gives hexproof, right? Underline, sure. Very, very scary stuff. We don't have first strikers, except Glissa. So let's start to put some counters and make our board a little bit better. Oh, Scrolf is a pretty good draw. Scrolf is a pretty good draw. He cannot really attack. But so we... I think this is the turn to just set up. Yeah, and that's good, that's good. Because if... I think he gave up because he has Brutal Cathar, and seeing Scrolf means that he cannot do anything. We don't have too many lands, not great. However, we have Scrolf into Catilda, which means that our mana should be higher than normally. And we also we are on the draw, so we should be able to hit the curve anyway, most likely. Mono Red. Where's your Kumano faces? Bro, please. You need to learn how to play Mono Red. You did the first thing, you are on the play, but you need a 1-drop. You need specifically Kumano faces Kakazan. Of course this is good for him and it was expected, but still it's something he will do anyway, so you cannot play around it. Basically like around the whole deck. Like it's all just who draws what, as usual. So, Feldon, good for him. We cannot really block this, and when we do, something will burn. See, this is what you needed on the turn 1, bro. I think we have to go for Glissa. I hope I draw a land, because then I can play Nemata. Alright, nah, that's the wrong one. This is really bad mana. This is a really bad mana. I mean, all of our cards are exactly out of reach of what we have. Pretty epic. No. Like on the next, he probably has another Feldon, but you know what? If we are so not great at Magic that he drew double Feldon, I'll take it. Because he's getting the counter on the next turn. And let's see if he goes for the cheek or he has a better creature in the hand already. Like Kumano faces, I think he has a 2-drop or maybe even a 3-drop. Yeah, and he doesn't need a creature because he already has one. I'm not blocking, so we might as well attack. So, lesson here, draw better cards. Because that's the only thing that matters here and happened here. I could not play my lands, my creatures, while our opponent definitely could. Great. As you can see, we were not very good player and we drew the wrong cards. But this is a good draw. We actually hit our third land from the top, so that's huge. We are going. Alright, I think we are getting there. She will probably get counters, right? Not sure what we are playing against, but it seems to be a Azorius control, and with Fateful Mending we have it confirmed. So I think they always play Mindbreaker with the Fateful Mending. Yeah, they definitely are Reanimator deck. So we need to be fast, and I don't think we can. So this will be rough. Very, very rough. Right, Goose? Will it be rough? By the way, we probably lost the game already. I'm honestly pretty positive that it will be over, but we'll do our best still. We will do our best. Let's go for Ratadrabik, because it has Vigilance. It's not really a human, even though you kinda can see a human here, but not enough to provide some mana point. Alright, so we get Catilda, right? So interesting, he can disable the token, but we still get the mana at least. Alright. How do you work? To target creature or planeswalker? This should be enough to relieve some of the pressure. It's still getting very scared. I would love to have Skrelv on the board, man, but I just don't have time. Like, that's why you need it on turn 1. If there was Skrelv here, we would already, after the populate, get Skrelv back and could protect Thalia. That's huge. The fact that he has Union main phase is really helpful. I think he wanted to hit the land. And that means he probably doesn't have different plays? Not sure. So how do we play it out? This could be a Sunfall turn. So really bad for us. And we need a lot of damage to go through. This dies to Sunfall super hard. I think this is the play. We have Mirex this way. Alright, bad draw. I'm not providing too much pressure, man. I'm not providing too much pressure. Alright, if he has Sunfall, he wins. I still have Sigarda, so there's small chance, and Brutal Cathar on the token for the Sunfall. But if you don't create pressure, like, you will also lose if he doesn't have a Sunfall. Farewell is better. It means that he's fully tapped at least. And let's go for Sigarda. Alright. We need to start going. It's not pretty. It hurts. If he has removal, he will probably win. And he's digging for it. There is a chance, but 2 cards is a lot. So it will be pretty hard, man. We have Glissa, but we cannot like flash her at the upkeep because that's not how the card works, and it means that if next card is a land, we don't get any value from Sigarda, and we really need some value from Sigarda. Let's see. What is... oh no. He's touching. The touch of death. They usually kill it a moment after. And you know what? Fateful Absence is actually okay. If he has Farewell, we lose anyway, right? Because then he can remove it, but if I lose the tempo, I'm way too behind. Man, he's healing so much. Sunset Reverie, okay. Not drawing card is huge, not healing is also pretty huge. Very bad draw. He has basics, right? So, alright. I have enough mana for either Minex or Plaza, so let's draw the card and see what the options are. Let's see if he double blocks Cathar. Oh, he wants to just block Glissa to prevent the card draw. What? Oh, first strike. Always gets me, man. Always gets me. And let's go. All in, baby. So if he plays Sweeper right now, I think the chance to win is like 5% at most. If he doesn't play a Sweeper, we have a first shot. He has a lot of Reveries, but he's not getting into his Cardo. He basically needs to hit a Cardo. And let's keep the pressure. Let's keep the pressure. Smart. He needs to keep blocking Glissa, so I cannot get card advantage, and he's taking the damage. He's playing very well. This is exactly what you should be doing. Like, you are at 23, you don't care about 6 damage. Like, that's so many turns before I kill him, man. Let's play Scrolf and just add a little bit to the pressure. We will also use Mirex. Maybe we can force some poison action at the end step. Please don't draw a Sweeper. This is one of those games, like, everything will be decided on top decks. If he plays a Sweeper, I'm left with nothing. All he needs is like Sunfall into Memory Deluge and he wins the game. Let's see. So he can avoid Plaza, but I guess... yeah. That's weird. It seems that he has a removal, but he didn't use it. Alright, going like this. I will still keep the Scrolf. Definitely worth it. And we need to keep stacking the damage, because otherwise we are not killing him ever. Good trade for him. But that's 7 damage. And the board is empty, so it means that he needs to hit a Sweeper. And if you are an aggro player watching the channel, first, props to you, and second, this is how you can outvalue control. I'm not sure if we will win, but if he doesn't draw a Sweeper or a Cardo from the top, if that will be a lamp, or even a targeted removal, we will win this game. So you can at least have a fair shot even during the late game, as you can see. This is very good card for him. He basically digs 5 cards deep into the deck during his turn, so that's a lot. And let's see. The point is that after the flashback, he doesn't have enough mana for a Sweeper, so I think that's it, right? And because we have Scrolf, even targeted removal won't work. And it's what, 7-10 damage, and we will also have a token. I don't expect double removal, so I can tap some mana. And that should be our win. Right? I think we have exactly enough. 6, 9, 10. Oh, you have 14. Alright, Fateful Ending. Yeah, it does more stuff than I remembered. Alright, I definitely attack. I think that's it, right? I still keep the Scrolf. He's at 0 poison, so it shouldn't make a difference. Counters? Not really. Oh my god, no, please. Alright. I just clicked it for some reason. Alright. He didn't have a sweeper that doesn't exile. Oh, he had. Oh, he has to. So we are definitely playing this one. So it means the populate won't win him the game anymore. He needs exactly an exile effect and usually play 1 or 2 farewells in the deck. So as you can see, this is dedicated to the comment of aggro player that said that you cannot win late game against this. Like, look how deep into the game we were, half of the deck. But if you pressure right, they just need to hit the right card, and very often they don't. Another extremely bad mana in hand. However, we are on I will try it. I think it's a losing hand. But there is a chance that it could possibly work. We just need 1 land. The point is that I have Plaza. This is the reason why I kept the hand, because whatever land I will draw, it should work. However, there is a chance I won't draw any land. And then I lose. I think I can miss at most 1 land drop. And against Siphon inside, if I miss the next turn, I'm out. Because my opening is already bad. I don't have Thalia, I don't have Catilda, so our turn 2 sucks. And if our turn 3 also sucks, you lose all the pressure and they run with the game. Especially if they have Siphon inside to instantly start doing card. We drew 3 Scrolls and 2 lands. I see no issues with this. I hope he kills it because I have no other plans. Yeah, so the only way to lose with this deck is draw raw cards, it seems. And I don't think we can win from there. Scrolf will be helpful. It has to soak all the removal, but the problem is that they will hit like Memory Deluge stage before we are able to play a single threatening creature. And that's absolutely over, man. Right, Goosey? Please draw me a land. Goosey, just give me a land from the top, alright? I really need it. And I'm not winning on Toxic. Wow, what a great game of Magic. Please kill it. Please kill it, I have no other place. Thank you. Thank you. At least I don't need to discard cards. Alright, 1 removal gone. That's so good. I can understand it because it's getting scary and he doesn't even know if we are a toxic deck because our draw is so insanely bad. It's hard to even know what our deck does. Thank you. And now we can go with Thalia. I would love to play Scrolf first. I just want to point out I'm 1/4 deep into my deck and I drew 2 lands and no Catildas that also could be considered lands. So yeah. Thank you, Shuffler. Alright, down to 4 cards, but he has Celestus, so I don't think we will be. Our opponent is playing Sheoldred to our 2-drop. That's how far behind we are. Yep. Let's keep not drawing land. Literally 1/4 of the deck. So it means that I'm right now playing a deck with 8 lands. It also means that I never drew a land since opening hand. And this is not strong enough, so we cannot go for Might. I mean, Shuffler is definitely trying to show us something, because that's the 2nd game in a row that I lost due to mana issues. First, I didn't draw a black mana. I think you will see the game, right? I think, if I remember, I will try to put it before. But yeah, it's pure Shuffler experience right now. I cannot Brutal Cathar this, because if he gets it back, I'm so out, it's not even funny. So what I have to do is try to protect Glissa against removal and go from there. The point is that I don't care about Glissa dying, but I care about my 3 mana dying. I don't have enough tempo in the game, so if he can keep killing my creatures for like 2 turns, I will just die. I mean, this guy is breaching before I can play my 4-drop. So yeah, our draw is definitely not what we want, and he can get Elesh Norn, which, I mean, if you lose 4 or 5 turns, you probably are not winning any of the games. So that was a pure Shuffler loss. Alright, so this is the third game in a row when we got mana screw. Alright, some tinfoil stuff, right? But we won all of the games, and then we hit Diamond 3, and suddenly I got 3 mana screws in a row. So Mulligan is devastating because I need this to ramp into 4-drop. Sorry, Nemata, like, it's either you or Sheoldred, and I cannot afford to risk. So already we are extremely behind of where we should be. Let's go with Jadar and start to create some pressure. Like, it's basically a 2 mana 3-3, right? This is a 2 mana 1-1. So even though I originally wanted to ramp, against control deck you probably want to keep the pressure up, because it will be scary. If he kills Jadar, it will be before the end step, so he won't hit it right now. And there's no point in killing zombie. I think we already lost. I don't think we will be able to win this game. It's already too late. We have too little pressure, and on Mulligan we will not have enough gas to go through. So I honestly think we already lost based on draws. Interesting, he really tries to conserve his life. Total. And because it's a control deck, we will play Brutal Cathar without the target, because it forces day-night cycle. And it means that he probably wants to play something during his main phase, which is good for us, especially if we draw a land. We didn't, but at least we have Brutal Cathar that can do some damage, possibly. And let's go Cathilda. We don't want to double spell, of course. He can counter it, and there's nothing we can do about it. This is what I was thinking, that we are probably way too behind. Like, you need good opening against control deck, and you often need them to whiff a little bit. And we are not drawing good cards, and we are on Mulligan, so it means that we don't have fuel. Yep. There's also nothing you can do about this one. Like, you need to keep pressuring, but you have no pressure, so this is like, yeah, it probably won't work. The fact that you can identify that you lost after first 2 turns is pretty telling. So I consider it the 3rd game in a row that we lost based on mana issues. So hopefully our win rate got lowered enough so we can start doing clans again. Alright, it's just a joke, it's probably a coincidence, but yeah, we had extremely nice win rate and suddenly we don't. So what is the play? What is the play? So Thalia is probably the weakest of those cards, so she goes first as the fodder to just die. Because the way to play against control deck like this is that you kinda need to force his removal and hope that he whiffs at some point. Because if he keeps drawing removal all the time, he will win the game. But you can at least force a lot of removal, and the last creature you play is the most important one that should win the game if not answered. Sheoldred is 2nd best. Sigarda is probably the best of all of them, because she gives us card advantage. Yep, 2nd removal, and if he has 3rd, he wins the game. Unless we drew something, then he needs the 4th, but with Emperor he probably is super ahead already. So, as you can see, it is easy to identify that you are losing very, very quickly. Alright, in order to make sure that there is a chance that he has another removal that will go to Thalia, we'll play like this and force another removal. This way Sigarda is... oh, that's a bad removal. This means that Sigarda would work, possibly. If he had go for the throat, that was a good play by me. If that's a cut down, maybe he doesn't have enough removal otherwise. We have some moment of time, but not much. Here's our mana acceleration cards. Plaza of Heroes, very bad on the top, but we still cannot play the cards, so maybe it won't make a difference. Let's see. Let's see. If he has one more removal, he wins. No blocks, of course, we take the damage. No questions asked, and let's see. The moment of truth. Yep. Let's give him a good game. It was a good game, but it was decided on draws early game. We did not have enough pressure. Alright guys, and now let's go into the deck itself, because I think that even though it's an aggro deck, it's actually, like, you have so many decisions here, it's actually a very interesting aggro deck, and Thalia and the Gitrog Monster makes it even more interesting. You always asked for a deck with this card, and I think it's been long overdue, so I wanted to make something with this one, and this deck really caught my fancy, you can say. And the deck is taken from Sorry I'm Toxic. Alright, I kid you not, that's the nick. Player that he, I believe, won some tournament with this one or participated, but I really like the list. I think there's a lot of reason behind it, and as you can see, with Jadar, you create creature every turn. And with Thalia and Gitrog Monster, you can every attack sacrifice a creature, for example a token from Jadar. This means that even though it's an aggro deck, it has a Cardo engine. Together with Ratadrabik, everything you sacrifice gets back, so you can even sacrifice legendaries for Thalia and Gitrog Monster, and then you get them back. They aren't attacking on the same turn, but sometimes you don't super care. So you have a lot of ways to make a very cool engine, value engine in this deck. We don't have too much removal, but we have enough. Double Brutal Cathar, 4 mites, also this hits Planeswalker, so it's a little bit better than your usual Brutal Cathar in aggro decks. And with Catilda, you always have something to do with your mana, and some of the games will be won just because you cannot do anything, your opponent cannot do anything, you are just waiting with 2 boards against each other, but you have this, and your board gets stronger every turn. Don't forget, Glissa can remove counters, sometimes it matters, especially if your opponent plays adversary, and right now mono-white humans always play 3 or 4 adversaries, so you can make some cool plays, and they don't want to block Glissa. I tell you, man, nobody likes blocking this card. She's absolute menace to everyone. You still have Elesh Norn, so you can get some nice effects, but it's mostly just to get this power level. With Liesa, you can basically try trading extremely aggressively together with Thalia and, you know, Ratadrabik. Like, this deck does way more than it seems to for an aggro deck. So that's why I kinda liked it. I think it's a strong deck, I think it's very enjoyable deck, and we have very solid win rate, especially if you incorporate that all of 3 losses were mana screws or core screws. So I mean, it means that every other game was basically won. So pretty good results in my opinion. And yeah, probably way more interesting than white human aggro. So if you want to ladder while also having some fun, I think this is a good choice. So I think that's it, guys. I really enjoyed the deck. I think it's a good choice for laddering, at least from the games I've played. Thank you for being here, you're absolutely awesome. And yeah, don't forget to subscribe if you aren't, and have fun. See you tomorrow.